Hello, everyone. Hey, it looks like I have audio, something I tend to always have an issue with on these streams. Thank you to the one person following at the beginning. But yeah, I'm just getting going, just got set up, debating if I want to keep doing this green screen or not. It's kind of fun. I don't know. It's just I have to set it up every time because I don't want my office being blocked off by a giant screen. But it's fun. Hey, Ryan Roberts, Cubs lover, welcome back. So, as I said, just getting started. I'm gonna work on some gMusic stuff. Last week we got pretty far along. I really liked the way the UI is looking, and the now playing screen's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna bring up the agenda and start looking at it. Let's get this agenda figured out of exactly what to do and how to do this thing. I'm wondering what screens would be fun to do today, or keep going with UI, or any input, anything you'd like to see. Could do the equalizer. Why is base still on here? We finished base. Base works. And oops, yeah, enter. There we go. Wrong key. Oh, let me get my keycaster up nice and early, remembering to do that. Come on, almost gotcha. There we go. Right where you belong. All right. Let's run the app and see exactly where we got it to. Let's open up another simulator as well. Get the comparative one. Okay, that's the new one. This is the old one. Let's check them out and see what we like. See what we want to do next. Okay, so I want to take the cell. We just cleaned up some of the song or the artist stuff, so it does like the borders and whatnot last week around this guy. And so I think we want to bring that to all of the cells because these don't do any of the borders yet. And you'll look at like how this album it just looks funny, where it should look like this, nice and framed. That framing helps a lot with white songs or white album titles. And I actually like the new bigger album art compared to, I don't know why that's so tiny on the old one. Oh, we've got some word wrapping we need to do. I wonder if we can do dynamic fonts that will just change. Like on iOS, there's an API we can use. Maybe we'll jump in and do a custom renderer to fix that. And got that issue going on right there as well. We need to clean up. All right, these buttons definitely need moved up on this one. Need to think the right way I want to handle that. We've got our volume bar right here, which does show up, not in here. Oh, we didn't give this. Uh-oh. What's not set to an object? What did I break? All right, let's fix this bug first. I like fixing bugs. What was the crash? Find it in here. All right, here we go. Current playlist view model. Who is this? Interesting. Let's see what's going on with that. No problem starting by fixing a bug. Index 0. Returns back nothing. Nothing. Oh. Am I not loading the song order fast enough? Or am I loading it at all? Maybe the current order has nothing. Okay, we know where the issue is. Alright, current song order has stuff. Okay. Very, very interesting. All right, so the song at index 0, current order is our shuffled list, is going to be 0. Okay, so what song is at 0, 0? Figure this thing out. That's interesting, it's null, because it's obviously we're getting data for the first song because we get the album art, the current song. Something's going on weird. Okay, so this query is going to be where the row ID is 1, perfect. We can actually check out the database ourselves. And so it's the killers, Mr. Brightside. Now what this does is this goes and does a get object into our songs and our temp songs. Where's that song? And it does a thing to where if it's null, get the second one, so it does the first type and then the second type. Let's just go look at the database. Easiest thing to do. And we have, trying to remember the name of that application that I use to check my, it's sim something, OpenSim. There we go. Let's go to OpenSim. OpenSim is not showing me anything. I may wonder if it has not been updated. Poor OpenSim has not been updated. All right, maybe we update OpenSim. Let's start there. Eventually, we will get to where we have something to look at and work with. All right, so OpenSim, OpenSim, it's on GitHub. This one, this is the one that we're using. Here we go. All right, and then it's using Cask, and I'm trying to remember how to do a Cask update. Let's close out of some stuff. Get a new fresh terminal. Brew Cask. What would it be? It would be update OpenSim. I think it'll do that. Oh. It does have install upgrade. Upgrade. Try that. No casks to upgrade. Is this? Oh, this has updated 28 days ago. And it's definitely not that new. Okay, so let's just remove it. And do that. Good old uninstall, reinstall. So that last one was 4.2. Let's see what this one does. All right. Open sim. Yep, open it anyway. It's still 4.2. And it's not showing me any of my device data. I wish, inside of our devices, we could just be like, show me the stuff. And then I wouldn't have to deal with this. All right, so this is what I do when I can't find it because it's impossible to dig through and find that folder. I'm sad OpenSim's not working, but I don't mind showing you a workaround. So what I do here is put a breakpoint here, press play. This is on my database where I'm setting it in. I will grab the simulator database path, which will pop up here. And now I know the database path. Yay! Now I wish it was easy as Windows just to like type into folder or finder, but if you go, we'll open up a new folder window, and then we'll go to right click on it, go to folder, type that in. This will take us right to our, oh, I didn't go into the library. So here's library, here's the database right here. Let's double click on that. All right, browse data. Let's look at our song. Let's look at temp song, because that's what's really interesting. There's nothing in temp song. So that's why this is broken. That's odd. Something should have stayed in temp song. All right, well, cache got out of date. Let's just start out by fixing this so it won't crash. Close this. We'll fix the crash. And trying to think how we're going to handle this one. So grabs the index. So if s equals null, return s. Just null. Let's just see what happens now. And the temp stuff doesn't get cleared out. I'm trying to think when it would have gotten cleared out. If it's in the now playing stuff, it shouldn't have been cleared out. All right, move this breakpoint. We've got our database location now. Sad OpenSim is broken. Oh, I'm using the new Xcode is set as the default. I wonder if I go back to the old Xcode if that would fix it. I bet it would. All right. Remove these breakpoints. We know what's going on. Move this one. Now one of these songs is just going to be null. This first one is null. Something's up with it. All right. Let's also go and make it to where we can get out of that page because that's kind of sad. And I wonder when we might want to do edit on that at some point. I don't know if I'm ready to do that. But let's start by going to the current playlist page. I can never remember the syntax on this stuff. Let's source only. Let's bring a window over and let's look this thing up. I want to do, Xamarin.Forms toolbar item XAML. I think it's called toolbar, or is it the navbar button? Navbar. I think that is the toolbar though. Yeah, it is the toolbar. That's what I'm thinking of. All right, that is it. That's perfect. Oh, I'm in Xamarin Help, not Xamarin. Be nice if they just showed me the XAML there. Here we go, content page.toolbar. That's the one I'm looking for. All right, so we're going to put into here a close. Clean that up a little bit. We'll do this. Actually, are we doing, I want to do it from code just because I want access to something else. All right, so we'll do this dot toolbars dot add new toolbar item, and this one, the name is going to be close. Oh, is the icon have to be a string? What if I do this and then fill it out this way? What can I do? Icon image source, because that's what I want. And now inside of here, inside of my images, helpers, images, do we have a close button yet? We do, navbar, close button. Perfecto equals images dot menu dot, oh no, it wasn't a menu, dot now playing screen dot navbar dot close button. Perfect. We have a close button. And let's do, what else is on this? We need to do the command equals new command. Wrong semicolon. right here. Here we will do navigation dot pop modal async because this is presented as a modal. And now we should have a button. Let's see if that works. I might need to give it a title. I don't know if it requires that. Let's see this work. We have a big X. It's not perfect. We'll want to clean up that UI, but we have it. Perfect. Now let's also do this dot title equals strings dot where did that go? Dot current playlist. So now we'll have a title on there. All right, then we can finish our agenda and figure out what we want to build. I just had to fix those little things quickly. Drives me nuts knowing it's broken. Can't leave it broken. All right, so hopefully those of you watching have had some time to decide what we want to build or what type of stuff we want to work on. If not, I'll just do the agenda myself. So sad. All right, current playlist, perfect. Woohoo! That's exciting. That album artwork is awesome. Oh, Squeaky for suggesting that. All right, now if I do a new song, oh, that was already in our playlist. Just add it to the bottom. Okay, yep, that's right with songs. Whereas if we go to, and it's playing, I don't think you guys can hear it, but I can. Hey, David Ortnow, thanks for stopping in. Oh, we didn't fix albums yet. Let's do albums UI. And let's also do our topic. All right, perfect. Pass that along to Stream Helper. Let's do that nested navigation stuff because I want to be able to go into an album. Let's design an album page. So inside of here, actually we'll start by doing our media item stuff. A little crazy on what I want to work on. We have our control now. Oh, we didn't do all of our controls. Move them around. We'll move them around later. We have inside of here an album art view. All right, perfect. We have an image source. I will want to do some data binding on this image source for this part, not the cells. It's inside of the now playing cell. This is data bound. So since that's data bound, we're going to need some data binding elsewhere. Okay, we can do that. We can data bind. What else am I looking for? So we're going to do the artist view. Let's update this so that way it will be data bound. Nothing in there for that. Oh, right, I did do a nice little gradient view in Skia. So pretty. Now playing page. Trying to remember where I did data binding. This was data bound, wasn't it? Totally did data binding for that. That's right, we will do a data binding from scratch because last time it was crashing because I didn't do it right. So let's close all these. Let's jump into the album art view and public static. Hey Carlos, welcome. Okay, we're gonna do public static binding, proper binding, you know. Dun 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 dun. Let's go to the docs. Make sure we do this right way. All right. So creating this thing, name of event property, we need this guy. All right. So copy. We're gonna copy this guy, and we're just gonna say that this is image. Yeah, just image property. Image source property, and we are going to that event name goes and ties into this button, right? Making sure I do this right. Yeah, to that one. All right, so we're not going to strongly do that. We will do it. We have this guy. Let's move it right up next to it. Make it easier. All right, image source. Name of image source. Much cleaner code. Doing the name of stuff. Now type event to command behavior. What goes into that thing? So this isn't going to be a type of string. It's going to be, we're going to change that. I don't know what goes in that property. So this is not a string. This is an image source. Oh, name of source. That's what we're thinking for. Okay. Now this last one, I'm going to go look at my toggle button and see what I put in there because I can't remember what that property is. Toggle button. Oh, it's the type of the class, right? I think that goes in there. And then that should be fine. Trying to think the right way of doing this. Property changed. I know I need to do the changed. Oops, and here there is property changed. And we are going to need to fill that thing out because that's how we'll tell the other UI to update. And we will make this protected. That way we have access to it from here. Actually, it might work if we don't. Perfect. Oops. There we go. And instead of that, we are going to cast this to our album art view. And we will say, right now we were just binding it straight through, and I don't think we can bind something that binds to that automatically. But what we can do is add a, we don't need to do this, we'll just do a protective void update image. And we'll fire this off whenever this changes. So now we'll say this does the whole get property thing from this. Image source, and image source property, done. This source goes to that. Now here we will say image.source equals that. All right, I think I just fixed the binding stuff on that. Let's build it and see if it works. It is building. It's building. That's a good sign. All right, so now we can go to our media item cell. And we'll just go to the source view here. And instead of making this here, do we have gMusic in here yet? That's Control I. All right, perfect. Much better. Okay, so let's do, we don't have gMusic or local. And we're going to delete both of these. These aren't needed anymore because we're going to put our own class in there. Let's go to, I know I have that in the now playing page. We're going to grab this one and we will put it, okay, let's go to the media item cell. That in there. So now we'll say gmusic.album art view. And we don't have to deal with any of these aspect things anymore. And, oh, sorry, excuse me. We will go to the album art view, and this is called, actually, yeah, source. All right, let's try that. It's either going to work or it's going to blow up. I don't know. Oh, we don't need... Oh yeah, that's fine. Source was not found on album art view. Oh, it needs to be, so it's image source. Is that right? That's done, that's done. Try that. Okay, what's blowing up? Which one? Line 12. You know, we're not using that anyway. Let's build that again. Okay. We don't have the loading placeholder or the error done. Oh, we don't have to data bind this because we do it all in the background. Interesting, interesting. So what if we undo a lot of what we just did, because I don't like unnecessary complexity. Okay, we'll delete these two because we don't need those. Now we'll jump over and I think we're going to expose the album. I mean, we'll explode. Yeah, let's undo this stuff. We don't need any of that. I like less complex. Undo, undo, undo. God, we don't data bind any of that because it's all reactive based on what's going on. So now that we get this, we need public image source, loading placeholder, and this will be nice and easy. This will be image.loading placeholder, set, image.loading placeholder. We will just wrap this a little bit to expose those up, equals value. Hey R2, hey WL Hutchins, thanks for joining guys. Sorry I didn't notice the chat, got distracted with code. It's so easy to do that. So error, what's that one called? Error placeholder. And we will build this thing out a little bit more. So what I'm doing right now is updating, because last week we built that fancy album artwork view that we toyed with a lot, going back and forth. So today we are using it in more places. Since we spent all that time building it, let's use it. I just have to expose a few more things. Oops. B-A-L-U-E. Sorry, I had to respell it in my head once I mistyped it. Okay, so now if we run this, we should have a nice new media item cell, I hope. And now our cell should have our nice little border, which will make some of those things a lot prettier. And then I want to jump over, oh yeah, border's there. That looks perfect. So good. We need to do it here too. That one needs to do it. Windows, close all. Let's go to the now playing page. That one is in that top bar. Where is that one? Okay, album artwork view's there. Ah, it's this one. No, that's the background one. That one stays. This one, that's the artwork view. Bottom controls, bottom bar, nav one. Here we go. Oh no, mini player. This one. All right, this image view is going to get replaced. So, perfect. All right, and we can delete those two. So nice. It's working. It's working. See how this goes. Trying to think if there's any other places where we're using that. I think due to us reusing views all over the place with these, the cell is used everywhere. So it should be fine in the albums, it should be fine in the artists. And it's fine here now. Beautiful. So beautiful. All right. What next? What next? Artist page works. Albums does not work. Do we do that? Do we focus in on the search page? What else is on the list? Okay. Now playing screen, padding. What padding was I? Oh, padding. It's all this down overflow stuff for the insets. I'm trying to. This screen is complicated, and it's gonna have to handle insets itself since I'm doing a lot of things that are not in forms with like my animations and my fades. So I'm probably gonna do something fancy for that insets myself. Did I start on that? I remember thinking about it. I remember thinking how I was gonna do it, but I don't know if I actually did. It's kind of funny. Sometimes you're thinking, oh, I'm coding, and you get it all figured out, and you're like, wait, did I actually write that code though? Let's search in this project and see if I did anything with inset. I did do something with it. Oh, I totally did. I remember doing stuff with that. Okay. Perfect. So we've already got some of the stuff there. We just now need to do the bottom. Just need to tie it in. I like it. I like it a lot. So glad. Okay, so what we need to do now is these are all absolute layouts, right? And so this bottom one is this bottom, it's called bottom controls. Where are you doing something bottom controls on that? No, we're just doing the mini player. We need to do the bottom control one. So with the bottom controls, all we're going to do is increase this 300. No, that's the height. I'm trying to remember how this works. The last one is the height, right? Width and then height. And we say width proportional, y proportional. Does that work? I think I'll just need to do absolute layouts. Trying to think what I did to dock that to the bottom. So we have the content page, absolute layout, bottom controls. Oh, right. One is saying okay, I think I just need to change this 300. Is that right? All right, let's double check the absolute layout. I just want to make sure I'm doing that right, because this thing is tricky. Okay. Okay, I'm a bottom centered. That's what this is, right? The one. Let's just do this as 0.5 really quick. See what happens. I think that might put it in the middle. If so, this is going to be tricky. I might not do it the way I'm thinking. I might adjust the height and then also add at the very bottom a grid row of that height. I think because trying to move this thing off the bottom a percent is going to be insane. Like, let me stop and start that. Am I thinking about this right, guys? Any insights? This should center it. 300 box centered in the middle now, I think. Yes, okay. All right, it's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, okay. So we're going to set this back at 1. We are going to, inside of here, const double bottom, all right, and this equals 300. All right. So now what we'll do, let's do grid, bottom controls. Here we go. So we have this outer grid. This goes to row 1. This goes to row 2, row 3, row 4. All right. Let's do, trying to think what to throw in here. Let's just do, actually, we're going to do some stuff in code. This just makes sense doing code. This thing is so messed up. And I need to expose that first to do that. Oh no, that is just called bottom controls. Perfect. All right, it is the grid and it is exposed. So what we'll do, here's what I'm thinking. That sets itself all up, right at the bottom. What we'll do is bottom bar dot rows. Isn't there row definitions? There we go. Dot add. And we will give this one, we'll call this row definition spacing. All right, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to add bottom spacing equals a new row definition. All right. And now what we'll do is when we set all this state up, dot height, okay, we will say equals to bottom spacing. Oh, no. We called this nav. It's called something nav like that, right? Nav bottom padding. Okay, so now that's got a set height of whatever that is. So now what we can do is absolute layout dot set layout bounds. This should work. Bottom controls, comma. We'll do new rectangle 0 comma 1 comma 1 comma bottom view height plus nav bottom padding. So hope that's right. All right, only one way to find out. Man, these layouts get complicated when you're doing them this way. Only I just did simple layouts. Did that even make a difference? Maybe I need to set some properties. I just want to see if that was the same. I might need to set some properties on that row. They were like almost right on that line. Yeah, they didn't change at all. Not at all. All right, so we're gonna undo those, put those back. Now let's do, when we're creating that bottom row, height's the only thing I have on it? We're gonna undo that anyway. Let's do something crazy. We'll set it at 30. Now I also am gonna put a breakpoint here to see if we can see what's going on. Maybe that padding's coming in, not set. Maybe I messed up. Maybe I'm not setting good values in. Would not be the first time, and it won't be the last. Bottom padding, 0! So it's working. Wait, now it came in as 34. Let's tricky, guys. Tricky. So let's do something else then, right below it. Let's do there is, all right, so we'll do var frame equals new frame. These things are ugly and really easy to spot. Frame, we'll say frame row is 4. Where's the bottom? Bottom controls. Nope, that one's 4. So we need to make it 5. And we'll just add that frame in there. So now we're gonna have an ugly frame in there showing us our row. Maybe it just auto hides because there's nothing. No, you can do empty frames with nothing in them. I mean, empty rows. Tricky problem. There, it works when that ugly frame's in there. What if, that's weird. Yeah, I think it automatically removed it because there was nothing in it. So let's go about this a different way. Instead of fighting frames and doing tricky things with frames, let's kill array row definitions. Let's instead go to this nope, this one. We'll go to the bottom bar and we'll set its bottom padding instead. Did I delete? Oh, no, I didn't delete enough. All right, delete bottom spacing. Perfect. That's going to blow up. That'll be good. We'll now come here and we'll say bottom bar dot padding. Is it padding or margin? Gets or sets inner. I want margin. Equals new thickness. Actually, do we have anything set on that? I just want to make sure I'm not messing up what's already there. Easiest actually, we'll just do var thick equals bottom controls dot margin thick dot bottom equals, what's that thing called? bottom view or nav bottom. All right, so we'll just set padding on the bottom control that's there. Now bottom controls dot margin. Let's rename thick. That's a bad name. Come on, are you gonna rename for me? Does it matter? At that point, so messed up. Margin, margin, margin. Run again! Run again, guys! We're getting somewhere. I think this will adjust for it in a fancy way. Again, remember, ask questions if you want. Okay, that worked, except we have something ugly there. We're getting there though. All right, so for that, I did the right one, right? I want bottom bar. I set it on the wrong one. There we go. I moved that whole control up so we lost our frost effect, and we don't want to lose the frost effect. We need that frost effect. Crucial frost effect. It's funny how when you move the wrong control, it doesn't do what you want. Hey, that's perfect! I like it better than the old one. All right. Do we want to build a custom slider? I wonder if we have the controls and forms to do that. Or maybe I'll just do a custom, maybe I'll just bring over the Xamarin.Forms one. I mean, my old gMusic one, because the old gMusic one was really fancy. You'll notice that it's a custom control. It moves slower when you're farther away from it. And when you're closer, it's faster. But that's really tricky, and I don't know if we have all the stuff we need to do that in Forms. I don't know if we have the right touch stuff. I totally think we're missing the gestures. Maybe we'll just do a volume slider. Let's just do a new control. Add new, um, let's call it scrubber view. Xamarin.Forms slider. All right. Now we can go use that inside of our now playing screen. Where is that guy? Oh, and you'll also notice, did I fade that? Can't remember. Yeah, so you'll notice that the little line actually fades in and out. Not that it matters, because when it's down here, the line's missing anyway. So I probably won't duplicate that, because why? But I really like that custom little tiny grabber. All right. gMusic. You'll find it when oh, slider. Oh, this is in the scrubber view, and it's in controls. There we go. Now it'll be happy. Oh, is it called local here, not gMusic? No, it's gMusic. Oh, capitals. Funny how capitals helps, guys. So funny. All right. So got that, got that. Let's go into iOS, and let's swap this puppy out. Add new, let's go into renders. Add new scrubber view. Render. All right, and bring everything in. There we go, there we go, we're getting stuff. All right, we have this for our scrub review. I am going to be lazy, and we're gonna go grab the old gMusic iOS control. There is a OBS slider. This is the one we want. So beautiful. All right, now what we want to do is actually, let's go look at Xamarin.Forms source really quick. Or, oh no, not gMusic. I want to go to, let's go here. Let's go to iOS, if we can find it. Platform iOS, perfect. So let's look at the renderers. That thing is called a slider, right? Let's look at the slider. So I'm going to see if I can start by subclassing the slider renderer, because it probably has some of the stuff I need already. So, because mine does subclass UI slider, so if I just bring mine in, and just do this, if I was to overwrite that set native control and do a new my own slider, I could just use that one right as it is. How did I use that? I just want to remember how I did my thumb. I did that as an image, I think. I think I set a thumb image and it was just a little line. And we can do thumb images here. You know, all right, let's just try something. We're just going to go here. And for this, we will subclass this. All right, now, we can't override set native. Darn it. That would have been so easy. And everything's private under that. All I want to do is override this one part. Oh well, I might just copy the entire control because that's what you do. Luckily, it's a small one. All right, lame though. Just need that one hook. Oh, what they have? Let's just take their using from the stop or from the top because I did. Okay, we'll do this. We'll jump into here, grab that. All right, too many of those. Slider. Got that, got that. Okay, perfect. Now let's grab my control. And we'll just throw this into here. Like I said, all it is a UI slider with some extra fanciness to do that fancy scrubbing. All right, so now this we'll do, and then right now we'll do this. And this is scrubber view. Oh, can we not? And this is the stuff you run into all the time is how am I missing things? Oh, I have two different ones in here. You know, let's just start this over and go grab all of their usings. Let's undo a lot, because paste, fix that. We're going to delete all of this. We will copy all of this so that way it's happy. That should fix that ambiguousness. OB slider, done, done. How does control work in this? Oh, because it's inside of Xamarin.Forms. All right. Getting somewhere. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're still missing that get native image. Let's just search for that. It's going to be some private. No, not that. Maybe it's not under iOS. Search through the whole thing. How do they have something in Xamarin.Forms? Craziness. Where's that coming from? Has anyone seen where that's at? I thought there would have been some extensions. That's really, really interesting. It's not used very often. Normally you go through it about a different way. Let me go. I have another Xamarin.Forms checkout. Let me see what this does in here. No, I'm not talking to you, Siri. Not talking to you. This should be so easy just to swap these out. But if I want all the binding and all the properties to work right, I need their code. All I need to do is swap out that one type. And they're doing it here too. I really, really wonder where that comes from. Blows my mind. Just gonna search in each of these and see if maybe the extension is listed somewhere. No, there's only 2 of those. 3 of them. None of them are what I want. Shell's doing it. That's our one slider one. How in the world can it use something that's not defined anywhere? There's something so crazy. I don't know how that works. The thing is, though, we can do. All right, well, we can. What we can do instead. If we go to the renderers on one of these, that's in core. We can just go grab the handler. That's the right way of doing that, is to go grab the handler. And what am I thinking about? Tab bar. If we go. No, that's what they're doing now. It used to not do that. That code is newish. Because I remember coming in here and changing the way this thing worked on the tab bars to make it right. So they must have moved it to an extension method that lives who knows where. All right. Let's go check it out on GitHub. Let's search GitHub. You know what? It's open source. We have all their sources. All right, there's an image extensions in GTK. iOS, nope, that's the tab bar extensions. How does it only exist? This is amazing. Wait, right here. I missed it. It was inside. I was okay. I looked at it and didn't see it. Where? Ah, okay. And then it's doing fancy stuff. Okay, so what we'll do is we're just gonna grab this and we're gonna blow this thing up even more. Um, all right, so I need to fix all those. We're getting somewhere. Oh no, that was right. So we'll throw this in here. And yes, we're mobile. I thought registrar was public for some reason. All right. Oh, I'm missing part of that. All right, so we've got that, got that. Now I really thought, Okay, just need to fully qualify it. Got that, got that. We're going to make this not an extension method. Now we can go up here. It's so dumb I had to do that. All right, this whole thing's falling apart. Let's fix this to be, no, scrubber is what we called it. Man, this is complicated. But did that fix that? Sometimes fixing the nested error fixes that. Cannot be used as part or method. There is no implicit conversion to. Let's fix that one last. To be honest, we don't even need all of this filled in because we're not using everything, but it's still nice to. There we go, that works now. All right, let's run it. Let's see if it runs. Fix more build errors. One error. All right. Why is there a tap gesture recognizer? We're just gonna comment that out for right now. Because tap gesture doesn't, we shouldn't have a tap gesture on the slider. Okay, it's now using my fancy one. And then when we're way up here, it goes nice and slow. All right, fancy one has been swapped. Nice and easy, right? These were supposed to originally be super easy to swap out, renders and stuff, but it's gotten so complicated over the years. So complicated. Just a subclass and change a little tiny thing like switch the base class. All right, which is still fine. I mean, there's nothing fancy there. Okay. Whew. Now, inside of our old gMusic, we can grab out those images for iOS, resources. Let's go to the helpers and go to style. And then there is slider. How did I set that thing up? I normally had an apply, a set style inside the styles that would set that. But maybe I just did that one because it doesn't change based on the styles. Maybe I did it inside the now playing view controller. Oh, that is a whole nother nested class. I totally forgot about that. All right, let me bring this back up and explain what's going on. You'll notice, not right now. We're not updating right now. Not in the middle of a stream. All right, this is two sliders. Well, it's a slider and a progress bar. You'll notice that if I switch songs, it's white, and you'll watch it fills up. That's the download progress merged with the slider. So that's nice and fancy, and I need to emulate that because that's very important feedback to give to your users. I totally forgot about that. All right, so that is set up inside of UI. Where's the progress view? I thought it lived there. So under iOS controls, progress view. Progress view Um, 2 custom progresses. Yay! Um, wow. Totally forgot I did that. So complicated. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to create a new absolute layout, but let's just create this control. Let's see what we can do. There's a progress bar in Forms or something like that, isn't there? If not, it's my custom progress was really easy to build. I built my own last time. If I can find it. Wow, totally forgot how complicated that stupid thing was. Oh, it's just inside the same class. All right, so I did a UI view and I just adjust that progress based on the percent. Now that's going to be super easy for us if we use an absolute layout. Absolute layouts have that defined width property to where we can say, hey, set this and it'll automatically do it, rather than me figuring out the widths and everything myself. Dang it. Yeah, this is really crazy. We should just build it. Nothing else to do, guys, except dig in and build this puppy. All right, so I'm just going to close out of this stuff. All right, so let's go back into Forms. We're going to do as much of this in Forms as we can, because there's no point in doing this not. All right. So this is going to be a progress view. It is going to subclass subclass absolute layout. And what we will do, well, I'm trying to think this through. All right, we'll also throw, why not? We'll follow the same thing. We'll do public. Um, all right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do it almost the same exact way. So what we'll do is we'll just do, let's start by building controls. So box, actually we're just going to do view. Actually, we don't need to do that. We'll just do view. I don't know if we need the background view. Let's update our topic. All right, so let's jump into here and say we're just going to do public progress bar. Actually, there already is a progress bar. It's right, it's inside of our own controls. We're going to nest it here. All right. So this is going to have multiple things. It's going to have the slider, and then I'm trying to remember why I had 2 of the custom progress views. Download and then the progress. Oh, did I not even use anything from the slider? Yeah, the slider was ugly, so I redid everything myself. All right. Now what we'll do is public double or float. We'll do float. Hey, thanks for the follow, Riras. Riras? I don't know how to say that. Sorry, did my best. All right, value. Now we'll do actually, this one's not going to be this style. It'll be this style. If value is not equal to val, and now I'm gonna return, and we're gonna do the epsilon stuff. I just let it fill that crap out for me because I can never remember. It's like, there we go. Math absolute. Float dot epsilon. Done. All right. Now what we can do here is void update state. All right, we will update its state. Okay, now we are going to do add, no, children dot add background view equals new view. Background color equals green. We're just going to do these as crazy and we'll fix this later, just so we have something to look at to make sure we're doing this right. All right, won't let us do view. New box view. Box views work. Box views work. Color dot fuchsia. Or I don't know, let's pick a random color. So if we have green, we'll do fuchsia. I love fuchsia. Perfect for debugging. All right. Now what we're going to do, the background color is just going to be set background view, and the background view might be, I don't think we need the background view. We're going to comment it all out for right now because I don't think we need it. This dot background color, because we can just use its background color, equals color dot green. Okay, perfect. Now, what we're going to do on this is we'll say, to update this state, we're going to do absolute layout dot set layout bounds, and we will say progress view. Okay, progress view. Now here we'll say 0, 1, the width, which is going to be dependent on how far this is. Oh, we didn't say new rectangle, sorry. New rectangle. All right, and we'll say var percent equals 1.0 times value. We'll say our percent and 1. All right, so this should make this thing be all nice and fancy and fill out its progress based on what's going on. All right, so now for this one, we also need to jump in here and let's expose this color. And we will expose, what am I thinking? I want to expose progress view dot color and then set progress view dot color equals value. All right, perfect. That looks good, that looks good. A state is updated whenever it changes. So now we're gonna get these fancy colors. We'll leave the background view out because I don't think we'll need that. We're also gonna have to add a slider into here. Let's quickly, before I forget, build this puppy in. Because, right, okay. And then we'll throw that same value changed on there. Actually, what's on that one again? So now playing Slider change is value changed events. Actually, let's do slider dot value. Okay, hold on. Var s equals new slider. Slider dot s dot value change. So I just want to make sure I make these match. Okay, so it's an event handler with event change args. We can do that. Don't lock up on me, Visual Studio. I'm too busy. All right. Event. What was it? Value changed event args, and this is value changed. No get set on those. All right, and then that should match inside this YAML. Make copying and pasting to make sure I did that right. Okay, that's fine. Yay! Yay! All right. gMusic project. Okay. And that'll work in a minute. We have this, we have that. Just not go in controls. That'll fix the XAML bug. I mean the XAML error once I build. All right, so we have a progress view. Let's fill this thing out now, guys, because we have two progress views. One is going to be the background, which is the download progress. And actually, I need to do these in the right order. Yes, I need to layer these right. All right, so we have our okay, progress bar. This one is download progress. Background color. No, we'll call this one playback. Oh, come on. Okay, so that's the playback progress. Now we also need a slider, which this is going to be, so we'll just call it slider. All right, let's fill this thing out. I always want to go to children. I can't wait till we get IntelliCode where it's all nice and fancy and gives us really good predictions. All right, so we're going to start with the playback progress because I'm thinking in terms of layers. That's going to be the back. Okay. And background color, we'll say for this one, progress color equals, this one can be green, and our download progress, which won't be visible because we're not even using that yet. Actually, we'll use this one as fuchsia. Okay. Now we need to add our slider. All right, so for this, we're going to say background color equals color.transparent. What all colors do we have? Minimum track color equals color.transparent. Maximum track color equals color.transparent. Minimum equals 0. Maximum equals 0. All right, now we need to set up the way these things work. So I'm going to absolute layout dot. I need to lay these things out the way I want them. So I'm going to make these I'm just going to put these down to like how fat were the old ones? I think they were like 1 pixel. 2.5. 2.5 pixels. Or points. Oh no, this one did have the minimum. I did use that. Why do I have two then? Oh, I know why. Because when it's closed, it's not a real control. I think that's overkill. We don't need to do that, guys. We're not doing that. Overkill. We're going to kill the playback progress. All right. All right. Dot set layout bounds. We're going to do download progress, and then we'll do new rectangle. Actually, let's say and minimum. We're just going to say 0, comma 0, because it's going to be just top left, top left. Now its width is going to be 1, and its height is going to be, we're going to do 2.5. Okay, bear with me here. Now we need to set the layout flags. And for the layout flags on this one, we're going to be download progress. We're going to do absolute layout flags, or is it not proportional? I want width proportional, and I want absolute layout. I think that's all I care about is the width. And then that'll make that'll make the height absolute. Now let's try that again here and see what happens. And then we're also going to say value equals 0.5. Put it right in the middle. Oh, this is a float. I might make that into a double to make it easier so I don't have to deal with casting. Oh, error! What's the error? Alright, progress view. Let's remove that for right now. Oh, there's no value. That's right, we have not made that bindable yet. We'll have to fight that later. Not fighting it now. Right, delete that stuff. Delete demo code. Alright, so now we've got this custom control which has this progress bar, our custom progress bar, and our own slider. And we're gonna need to do something to get this slider thumb. I'm trying to remember what oh no! Oh. Maximum should be 1. Ouch. Just totally scratched myself on my desk. Alright, now on this old one, new slider, set thumb. So I had this, can't remember, we'll grab that. So it was an SVG, slider thumb. Makes sense, I did everything as SVGs. So we'll just do the SVG image source for that thing and we should be good. Okay, something's really ugly. Okay, that's giving us our fuchsia. This is not laying out right though. No, that is. That's right on the top. What's with that green though? Okay, let's read through this. That's right. Okay. Maybe we need to do set layout flags progress view, comma, size proportional. I think that's the problem. Fix the proportions. That should now make that green bar, which is now way too high. See what it does. All right. Except it's way too big now. Oh, I know why. Stupid casts. Let's just make this a double. No, the value coming in is going to be we're going to have to do a cast no matter what. Wait, why did I do 1? No, that should be right. Or wait, why do I even, that's dumb math. Why don't I just cast this to a double? Weird math. I don't know why I ever wrote that. I feel dumb for doing so. We all do it. We all do it. All right, let's see what's going on with this now. Oops, wrong button. No! I do the icon still. Why am I never getting this breakpoint hit? Oh, oh. The value's not changing. It's being set. Oh, no, that should go. Because we're setting the value right here. Let's see what happens. I did switch it over to this, right? Well, of course I did, because I'm seeing that green there. Like, there's no way for me not to hit these breakpoints. All right, hitting that one. That sets the color. That updates the state. Value is at 0 right now. Okay, so we'd have nothing. Oh, that is wrong. What's wrong with this? Oh, it did them backwards. No, it did absolute, so it shouldn't matter. Okay, first one goes. Second one. Very interesting. Isn't this supposed to be like magic? Why is my epsilon math failing me? I want to see what's coming out of that. This point 8 is not that big. Move this breakpoint. We don't need that one now. We don't need this one or this one. First layout. I had that backwards. Let's undo this. Stupid Boolean operators. Now, let's switch that. And look, it changed it. All right, that's not going to happen this time. It'll update a second time. Man, Booleans, they get me all the time. It's so easy to get Booleans wrong. All right, percent, 0. Update state, it's working this time. Percent. Oh, I'm so smart. Oh, did those backwards. Having them named value is actually kind of confusing. Percent 0 the first time. Now we're going to get an update, and percent is 0.8. Okay, I see. It did something. I know why. I know the problem. We're working! It's now working. Did it. Solved the layout bugs. Okay. Let's remove this breakpoint because we don't need that one now. We've got our fancy custom. Oh, but it's not going all the way. Oh, no, that's right. It's only going to 0.8. Just like it's supposed to. Now, let's zoom in on this because something's not right. I see some white. And these are definitely not lined up. All right, so let's see what's going on. Oh, why? This one is 0. That was the problem. That should fix these layouts. All right. So now we've got this up. Those look like they're overlapping appropriately now. That's good. This needs to go all the way because that has some margin and some padding. The default controls does. And what? Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not getting... What is going on? That slider is really annoying to use. Alright, I've got an issue with some gestures. I know what it is. Alright, I fought this once before and I think the renderer just has this code commented out. Let's go look at the pan gesture. Where is this thing created? Here it is. Alright. So inside of here, this should have some code. So it tells it to ignore the gesture under certain states. Do I not have that? Alright, right here. This should receive. Why didn't I do that one? Alright. And I am using should receive, right? Yep. Alright, so what this thing does is it's saying if the gesture, it check what the class of the cell is. So if it's a UI table view cell and you're in edit mode, don't. Or if the view is a slider or a volume view, move along. Why isn't that going? Alright, did that time. I don't let you just tap anywhere arbitrarily on the old one. Nice to implement that. So if I click, then drag, it works. Yeah, I can't. That's very odd. I wonder how it feels on device. Very odd. Once we put this into a collection view, it might change it too. Alright, so this is coming along. It's actually starting to look pretty good. We'll need to fix the colors. We need to fix that thumb. And that's interesting. This has white bleed and gray. Whereas this one's not going to have that. And I don't think that's an issue. I don't know if I liked that bleed that that one had. So I think not having the bleed's actually pretty good. So we just need to do the thumb, get proper colors, then we can put some text labels here. And this thing's looking pretty dang good. We want to hook up that download bar so that way it's actually right, because that would be useful. Okay. So, mosquito. Why is there a mosquito in my office? It's no fun. Alaska state bird there, guys. Right in my office. Missed him. Okay. All right, let's go grab. Do I already have that? I think I already have slider track. But I wasn't called the slider thumbs. I don't know. Let's go check the code again. All right, slider, playback slider thumb. Playback slider thumb. We have it. All right. So we can easily go into our images. Excuse me. All right. So inside of here, we have our SVG image source. We'll just throw this right up here. Static. Actually, no, we'll throw it inside the now playing screen. All right, this is not called the play button. This is called um, all right, so now we can go set that as well inside of our progress view thingy. Um, slider thumb. Let's see what this does. Oh, this was one of those things that was forced. No, I think it's fine. Not, we'll find out. Nice and quick. That did not work. Easy enough. Let's go jump into our custom render and see why. There it goes. Close all. Let's go to our oh, that's forced to be a file image source. Hey, how long those were forced to be those? This is not working right, is it? Let's check it out. I am using this, aren't I? Did they add that fanciness to the... Oh, I'm wondering... It's not using my custom one. That's crazy. All right, let's fix that. That is going to be inside of views, controls. We're going to go into our progress view. Instead of a slider, we're going to use our scrubber. Now we'll get our custom one. All right. Thumb image. What did we set it to? Thumb image source. Oh, I don't have a comma there. Most curious indeed. So let's say, or we may have just found a bug in Xamarin.Forms, guys. At least the code base I'm running. Run it again. Bam. Fixed it. Let's hope. Not quite. Just ditch this. All right, that'll fix it for us. I could be using an old out-of-date version of Xamarin.Forms as well as my reference code, but all right, let's check out this. All right. Let's put all of our null thingies in here. All right, so there's no handler. Don't I still use SVG images somewhere? I thought I did. Oh, I need to do those as an ngraphics image source. That's right. Go to images. Forgot about that. That's going to be under images. And for this one, and then I'm going to go grab what that size is from our old class. Our old class, oops, wrong one. We want this one, 37. See if that fixes it. Hey, we got a handler that time. And we've got an image. Yes, that's perfect. Except it was... What's up with that being so easy to grab? And that one being impossible, though. Did I do anything to make the thumb size bigger on the old one? Trying to think if there's anything. I don't know. That's really odd. I really wonder what's going on with that, because that's really tricky. Got the look I'm going for, though. Why is... There we go. I wonder if I've got something wrong with the size. Let's go back to our progress view. See what happens if we do that. Could be that it was so small, it wasn't clickable. That just messed with it. Okay, let's try this. We're gonna debug this, guys. We're gonna figure out what's going on here, because this is gonna drive me nuts if I don't. Keep remembering which layer I'm in. So easy to get mixed up. Yep, gotta debug into this thing. Figure out, okay, I see the background color could be being overwritten though. Most likely is. So let's also set the background color inside. This is tricky. I don't know why the touches are acting up here though. I composed it almost identical to the old iOS one. We'll do that. Set the background color there. We could delete that one. Yeah, first grab. So, I know how to test this. I got an idea. What if... Let's go to... I know exactly what to check. Where was that stupid thing at? Alright, should receive... Okay. Let's check this. The view... Let's stop. Okay. So I think this gets called multiple times. Sorry, I'm on an early version of the IDE, so there's a couple of little performance bugs they're working on fixing, but overall it's been really good today. Dot right line touch dot view. Let's just do that and see what comes out. I think this will be very, very telling. Because it should do it a couple layers deep. No, it just did the one. Label renderer. It's a default renderer. So it's only doing one. So if we go into this, so we'll just say if the element is a progress view. So my old code didn't work because now the native stuff, it's not a slider. It's a view with a slider in it. So now I wonder what that's going to do for my visual or my volume view too. Let's see what happens if we click in that area. So that says it's an MP volume view, so that code will work. It's just our slider code is broken. All right, so this view, Xamarin.Forms default renderer. Okay. What was that thing all the way underneath? Xamarin.Forms platform default renderer. Is that going to be a hidden class? Okay, well the base type is try to isolate the slider from the other views and do a try. I could do that. So what I'm trying to do is, yeah, I need to decide if this is, I need to figure out if this is a slider or not. The problem is since I put it inside that platform thing, it's coming out as that. You know the easiest, you know what the easiest would be? I think I know. I think if we custom rendered that and said if it is that, go along. So let's just check this. I wonder if this would do it. Just to make it easy to isolate it. We called that thing progress view. So I wonder if we just do that. Let's just export this. Then we can say if it's this type of view, move along. It's worth a shot. It might make it nice and easy or it might break everything. All right, so now let's run this again. Slide up panel, did I break the code there? Move the breakpoint because we don't care about the first time, we only care about the second time. Then we'll add that back in. I think that'll help us isolate it because we can just say, hey, it's this. Don't care. It's interesting that that's getting the touch, not the slider. Simulator's frozen. Oh, it's going now. Wow, it's going really slow. Unfreeze simulator. Chrome. Chrome is killing my CPU. That's got my chat in it, so if I kill that, we might lose chat. All right. I can do it. It's a progress view renderer. I like it. What is it called? Progress. All right. So this time, it should now be nice and fancy, and it should work. And let's fix some colors, and oh, that was maddening. But we narrowed it down. Didn't do anything. All right, all right. My computer's going really slow too. Something's happening with the touches. Something's not in the right order. Because yeah, the progress view shouldn't be what's getting the touches. The touches should be being passed on. Let's try. The real question is now, why isn't the slider getting the touch? Oh no, exclusive touch equals true. Oh no, false, yeah. So I wonder if something's happening where it's capturing that touch and not passing it down. Because it's not swiping, like it's not doing what it was doing. But the slider is not getting the touches. I wonder if something's weird with the order and form somehow. Yeah, it's not getting that touch event. Oh, it did that time. Maybe if I zoom in really, really close, I can line it up right. All right, my slider's very, very, very broken. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder. Let's try something. See what happens. Maybe they had something with that touch gesture stuff that I ignored. And maybe that does something that I didn't know about. Let's not use my fancy slider. Nope. Nope. Anyone have any thoughts on why my slider would be broken in this? Adding them in this order obviously is right because we can see the layering because the colors. Dead giveaway that it is layered right. It could be because this thing is so small. And my computer's crying. I'm just gonna force quit that Google Chrome helper. If I lose chat, I'll reopen it. Didn't lose chat. Give me some CPU back. Oh, wait, I got it to go that time, one time. It's so delayed. I don't know why my computer's being really slow. You can see how slow it's going. For breakpoint? Wait. Box renderer. Why is the box renderer getting it? Do box renderers have tap gestures on them by default? Very, very, very odd. My CPU is not recovered. Something else will take over all available CPU. So let's try changing some heights around on this. Let's try making this thing big. Oh, wait. Maybe I had that thing as 1 pixel. I don't think that they'll let you make the slider that small. Let's see what that does. Maybe I had my slider too small, you couldn't even click on it. That would be interesting. If that's all it is, I'm going to be crazy. It's going to drive me crazy. I can't believe I wasted that much time. Okay, let me. View a slider. Oh, guys, that was it. That was it. All right, so let's see if we can make this work with that size the way it is. This is going to get tricky. All right. Let's see what that does. I'm shocked that the thumb was affected by that size. Now how to line that puppy up. See what that does. So I told it to make everything proportional. Then we're just going to slide that up to half. That did not work at all. It is working, just not laying out right. Can I not move it up negative? All right. That's a really tricky one. Anyone have thoughts on how to make a absolute layout go negative? Actually, let's ditch the custom layout thing now. We don't need this anymore. Just want to make sure everything still works with that. I wonder how tall this thing is. Let's check how big this thing is, and then let's try setting that scroll view as that size we need. Getting tricky. Sorry if this has been a tad bit of a dry stream tonight, guys. This has just been fighting little tiny annoying things. Goes up to 28. So since we know that, minus, let's say, what was it, 28 would be 14. See what that does. I'm just really curious now. I should be able to lay those out at negatives. I can. Just not proportionally. And the slider works every time. Amazing! Let's just get that laid out right. Might be 13.5. And then we're gonna have to run this on Android and see if it comes even close to laying out right. So what we might do, just for sanity's sake, except that's off. All right, let's do some stuff for sanity's sake because I don't like doing this. That is ugly. And if we gotta do it, we gotta do it. But let's do this right then. Okay. Now what we can do, um, set these up right. Actually, let's do this even easier. Inside of this, it can set itself. All right, so now I don't even have to set those up. Got that right, got that right. Progress dot. All right, if this stuff's all doubles or floats. Do that. All right, so now we'll use our own custom background color. So that way we know the lines will be right, and then we can adjust to get that. Oh, downloads on top and a farther color. Download has to be in the back. Because we play over the download. Good old order of operations. Still no color! Where's our color? And they don't line up because that has padding. Why am I losing IntelliSense? Just curious what that'll do. Tricky, tricky. Totally gonna eat some Oreos. Mini Oreos are best. They're a great ratio. Getting those two in sync is going to be very, very difficult. And then there's the question. I don't know if that makes sense to do. Man, that's tricky. So here's the issue. If let's remove this child. Where's my IntelliSense? Switch to color I can spell. Alright, so when we run this again, I need to restart my ID. Something's going wrong and I've lost my IntelliSense, which makes coding very hard. Alright, so here's the issue. If we... Can I drag that? Yeah, I gotta play with those zooms. It's so useful. Alright, that's at 0. How is that 0? This goes all the way to 0. Why doesn't this? Yeah, I can get that all the way to 0. Crazy. How is that 0? In what world in a slider is that 0? Hmm. Alright, well let's play with... We have a custom... Luckily we have a... What? I wonder if we even need all this stuff. This is interesting. All right, I'm gonna restart my ID because I want IntelliSense back. Looks like the noise gate's good enough so you don't have to hear me crunching on my Oreos. That's pretty exciting. All right. Getting hot in the office. It's only 60 out. I might open up my blinds a little bit more. Okay. Hopefully that lighting did not mess this up. All right. We might change this completely and do it slightly differently. I don't like the margins it's using. What did I do in my old one? Wait a minute. I made the frame on the slider wider. Do you guys see that? Why did I make it 40 pixels wider? That is curious. All right. Let's. Oops. All right, we're just gonna say. Actually, I wonder if we were to look at. I wonder if we just make this a view renderer. So what if we do our own view? So now we'll say, and I'm gonna simplify this. I don't need as much stuff as I have here. Oh, my stuff's all wrong. You guys are missing half my screen, and I can't see chat. Come on, resize window. There we go. Actually, I have a hotkey for this. Right? Did I do the wrong one? Have that open. There we go. That's the hotkey. All right. Okay. I am going to simplify this a lot. All right. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do OB slider. All right. Oh, okay, I've got that, got that. We'll clean that up on element changing. We're not going to do this. So we're just going to have, forget that. We're going to say, so what we'll do is we're just going to set this thing up as needed. So all of this type of stuff, because we're just going to leave this up, right? So we'll do this. Sorry, I'm just thinking my way through this. You know, we're not dealing with the tap gesture. And slider is definitely not null. So we'll just always unsubscribe this thing. And we'll go with that. This is going to be so much simpler. All right. All right, all of this, all of this. You know, I'm just going to go with this for right now. Because we don't have to go back as far as they did. Hey, Sweeky, welcome! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, so we're fighting a slider. Our sliders are acting weird. Yeah, so what we're working on is this thing is fancy. As it's downloading, you'll notice there's a background bar, this gray bar that says how much of it's been downloaded. There's also then the slider on top that's fancy like this. We've got it partially working, and we've got things going. It's just not right. So, yeah. And those are, yeah, really fancy stuff. So let's go to forms, and I'm going to grab that slider render again. Slider renderer. Wow, there's a bunch of those. Okay, got this one up. Oops. And then we'll do this. Okay, set those up. All right. Okay. I think we got it. Now I can deal with laying this out myself. Okay, so now we have layout subviews. Slider.frame equal, and so. And then slider.frame equals bounds. And frame. I'm doing this so that way if this doesn't work right, I can steal the code from my old stuff. I don't even think I need that layout bounds, but we'll layout subviews. Errors, errors. Right, I did just delete you. Oh, here we go. Values. I don't think we have anything left with the control. Now I can custom lay out that slider, and for some reason I made it 40 pixels wider, and I'm really curious as to why. It could be fighting this same rounded edges thing. Okay, so this is the problem. It says that's 0. That is not 0. And that is max. I bet those are 20 pixels on each side. Oh, that's insane. Alright, let's close a bunch of stuff. Where was I just at? Okay. Frame dot width plus equals 40. Frame dot x minus equals 20. Let's see if that fixes it. If that fixes it, that's insane. No, it didn't. Why is that not ever being called? How can a layout subview never get called? Oh, I remember I switched off because I was fighting it. Wasn't I? Switch to the custom one, and now it should look beautiful. Whoa, a bunch of people just showed up. All right, let's see how this works. We're getting layout subviews. Okay, this was wrong. I might not need that plus 40. Let's see what this thing does. It now goes farther. Still doesn't go enough over. Let's debug this. Lots of little nuances to get this right today, guys. This has been finicky. What's the error? Unexpected character. Did I get some weird invisible character? Alright, so what's this frame? So that should have moved it to the left 20. Hey, Newman SD, thanks for the follow. So that moved it, should have, but where did it, oh, it did, it was just too far. That's exactly what it is. They made that stupid control too big. Alright. Thank you, Apple, for not letting me use the full extent. I'm not going to move it that far over, though, because that's kind of ugly. Let's just see what happens if we do this. And then I need to set its value to different values to make sure that it's in range. That's about right. Alright, so now let's go set some values on this. I like it. Alright, so, oh, wrong hotkey. Value equals 1. Let's just set it at 1 and see what it looks like. If you want to try Flutter, nothing wrong with trying it. I've written some plugins for Flutter and shipped them. It's interesting. To each their own, though. I am using Xamarin. I prefer C#. I really like C#. And the tooling's very mature. Okay, that's too far. So let's bring that in as well. Let's just put this at 30. So, and I like how easily I can get access to the native views. And I only use one language rather than using 3. You still have to use Objective-C, Swift, or Java and Kotlin. It's not even all Dart. All right. So that instead of 40, this would be 36, right? I'm going to comment this. All right, let's. All right, so this should give us a really fancy. Why do I have a breakpoint there? All right, so that looks about right for at 100%. And then let's set it at 0 just to make sure we know what it looks like there, which we already have been seeing it there. And then let's hook that up, make it actually be live and real. Okay, this was really painful to get right, guys, but it's working. It's so working. Now, for the old code on that progress view, can't remember if I hooked into it right at the progress view. Lots of things open. Close all to the right. We don't need the tab render. Wow, I've got a lot of things open here. All right, we'll just stick with that. Let's go over to Forms, the old or the current gMusic. And what is it that I wanted to check out? Right, I wanted to go to iOS, go to the playback or the views, not renders. Wait, am I in the right? I'm in the wrong gMusic. I'm in the one we're working in, which is not going to show new code. All right, or old code. So iOS UI controls. This guy. So this is the old one. And then, did I hook up to the downloader itself? No, I think I did that on the now playing screen. So inside the view controllers, we'll go to the now playing. All right, so inside of here, there should be something about download. All right, so we're going to use this. Let's jump back over to where we were. We will say, so we have this progress view. Let's make sure that we've exposed it because we're going to need to access this thing programmatically. Oops, what did I just do? I wanted to find, not type. All right, let's give this a name. We're going to call it the progress bar. So now it's not the same class name. Inside of here, we can go, where's our notifications? That's the inset changed. Shared mode progress. Okay, now instead of view, so the first thing we do is make sure that it's the current song that's downloading, because if not, we don't care. So now progress view. Wait, what did I call that thing? Can never remember these little nuances like that. What I just named something. Progress bar. Progress bar. All right, so progress bar dot. Did I even expose anything to let you update that? I did not. Double Okay, so what we'll do is we'll say, actually maybe we do this to the view model. All right, we'll just go with this. All right, so progress download equals download progress dot value. Set equals download progress dot value equals value. So now we can just set that value. And we're gonna have to, that should be good. All right, so the download progress should now work. Let's make sure we do the state right. Here's where I want to check the view model stuff. We have the current song, the current track position. All right, so let's do, we're gonna do the same place. This dot model, oh, view model, that's what it is, dot. How do I get that state out? This is where I wish my base models were all the same, where I had that subscribe. I might fix that. Okay, so if we do that, all right, that just changed a few things. We're gonna ditch this. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. There we go. That might have broken a lot of things. We'll find out in a second. So what I did was I just changed it so my base model has different things, and I'll show you why in just a second. What I have on that new base model that is tied in is it gives you really nice, awesome helper methods to subscribe to property. Name of now playing track position. So instead of doing a giant like statement, oops, we'll get a nice little notification right here. Progress bar dot, I need to be able to set this. Oh, actually, I don't think I set the value on my old one. Progress. Because yes, I do that fanciness. I'll have to do that in the custom renderer side. All right. So what that is doing is I have this extra little code in here. So if you're dragging the slider around and the song's still playing, it doesn't run from underneath your finger. Makes sense. You don't want that happening. So we're going to make sure we implement that still. So progress view. So on this, we'll say slider dot value equals. Oh no, not equals. So slider dot value equals value. So we can pass that thing along, and we'll also say, no, we're not even hooking into that thing. I don't even care. We'll fight that later. All right, so let's go back to where we were in this scrubber stuff. So this says update value, right? Let's go to my slider, because I think I have this built into the slider already. Yeah. So if you set the position and it's tracking, it won't set, which is exactly what we want. So here, instead of setting the value, we'll just set the position. Which is perfect. And I like how I copy this from forms and it has that. All right, we've got that. Perfect, we've got this. That should be good now. Is there anything I'm forgetting, guys? It doesn't do anything when you try the slider, but we should now get, oh wait, did I finish that on here? Progress bar dot, what did I call that? Playback progress equals view model dot track position dot percent. All right, I also want to see, did I add those labels in here? I wonder why those aren't working. That's easy enough to fix though. All right, This should work, guys. We're getting somewhere. We should have a really fancy little slider now. Uh-oh. Ah, semicolon is off screen. I can't see. It's not my fault. All right. See how this goes. If this works, we have made a lot of progress on the smallest control in the world. Download progress is working though, guys. Look! And slider's working! Let's press play. It's working! We can hook the slider up so it'll actually work right, and we can fix those colors. Man, that was tricky. But it's not, notice it's not ticking and running away from me. Wow, this was a crazy one today, guys. We fought so many touch issues, sizing issues. Yeah, that's a really cool control. Hey, I had fuchsia. I did have fuchsia, but then I couldn't spell fuchsia for that light pink, and my autocomplete wasn't working. I needed two colors. And yeah, I couldn't remember how to spell fuchsia. So we got pink, because I could remember that one. All right, let's fix colors. So cool. All right. So this one is styles dot. Don't I have like current? Oh, styles.styles.current. That's what it is. And then this one, download color. No, this one's just gonna be dark gray. Let's be honest. Nice dark gray. That's the right one. And then for this, instead of pink, we will do styles.styles.accent color. Or .current.accent color. All right. So that should look right. And I actually have recreated the same funky slider like that. I have it on Mac as well for the Mac version. So once we get to the Mac thing, I need to see what this looks like on Android because I have no idea. And why is it downloading again? Why isn't the caching working? Make the downloader actually do something. Let's proxy this thing along. Much better. All right. So now that'll go through. Now inside of our progress view, let's do this. Okay. I need to clean this class file up. It's getting kind of crazy. All right, so value changed. So what we'll do now is there's a method we call. I think I also paused the music before. So when you start, I would pause it. That way it didn't do the weird scrubbing thing. Let's see what this does. I can't remember. What did I do? Oh. Yeah, this app is going to be a lot more fun once we add some more audio playback options aside from just Google. So with your guys' help, we can add lots of them. Any of the playback you want, we can add. So let me press play. Seeking's not working! Is that right? Because I think I don't want to seek. Right, this is on editing end. We're going to move that because, yeah, I don't like it there. We don't want to seek like crazy. Do I... You know what? I'm trying to think where I should put this. Because it existed... The editing is what I worry about. How did I hook into that before? I don't know if there's anything in Forms. I might have to extend this. What do you guys think? What's the best way to extend this? I mean, I could just throw those actions on there and pop them out, or events, or... Why not? What the heck? All right. Let's give our scrubber the stuff it needs. These are... Which ones do we have? And yep, I'm doing actions. And then we're going to have to add these on Android. Yeah, we're going to have to build some custom stuff on Android. All right, oh well. Oh, to the well! I'm all about the actions. Loathe events. All right, so inside of here. Dot, editing did begin. Enter key is not working. Oh, come on. I can't code this editor. Let's reopen it. I can't type. It's going to be a problem. All right, I can type again. Type again. Type again. All right, this is element dot editing did begin. These are the right ones, right? Okay, I need to file that bug on the new editor once it adds that. It breaks my typing. All right, so where were we? Right? Nope, wrong one. This one. I like it. And okay, so now in the progress view, I'm just gonna go. Oh, this is Now on this, we will do just throw that puppy right there, because that's all this thing is ever for. Woohoo! Making progress. Uh-oh. This Android screen needs work anyway, because we don't have a volume view for Android, because we're using the native iOS one. So we'll need to build that Android one. The slider is going to need some work. Pausing my music so I can hear. It's playing? Uh-oh. It starts back at the beginning. What's coming into this thing? It's doing something, though. Percent is at half. You know, we haven't tested seeking, so maybe the new player, seeking is all broken. Oh. Oh. Do you guys see the problem? I need to seek percent, not time. When did I make that jump between this is percent? Fun, 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 fun. Let's fix that. That makes sense why I was starting over. When do I never want to seek time here. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here though. All right, so now var, oh, this also uses the player. Uh, darn it. Darnity darn darn darn. All right, so inside of here, this has seek, right? All right. So public void seek. The problem is most audio players do time, not percent based, because they don't always know the whole length, so they try to go to a specific spot. So we need to be able to derive the time from the percent. So here we'll say float percent. This will be nice. So now what we'll say is percent is going to be our time equals duration times percent seek time. Oh wait, this is, and I probably should make sure that that's bigger than 0, but it'll be fine. We'll just start back at the beginning if not. All right. Now what we'll do is inside of our playback, seek percent. That was really fun. I'm like, why is it starting back? Because 0.08 seconds. Yeah, that's the beginning. If you've been following along with my audio player stuff, the original audio player was like 3 layers deep. And the first layer did all the conversion in. I ditched some layers, and so there's some growing pains with that. It's seeked! Now I want to see what's up with the downloader. Why is the downloader? That song should be done by now. Oh, wait, right here. File sharing violation. That's odd. It can't copy it to where it needs to be. That's why it's re-downloading every time. Why would that get... I don't have anything that has like exclusive to it. Two things should be able to read from the same stream at the same time. That's how the downloader even works. I have an open stream, a read stream, and a write stream. Wait, it didn't download that time. Okay. Boom. Didn't I have one of these folders opened up? Go to folder. Let's dive into this thing. So this is going to... Oh, come on. I don't even know which one it was. Go to folder the right way. All the way. Okay. Oh, look at that path, guys. It's wrong. It starts over. User, there's that. Data, containers. Data, application. Oh no, that's right. Never mind, ignore me. The simulator, then the app ID. Copy. Go to folder. Paste that puppy in there. Alright, so temp. This is probably Katy Perry over and over. No, there's a couple different songs in there. And then it wants to copy it to library. No, documents. Now, where is it trying to copy it to? Alright, let's see where it's trying to copy next time so we can fix this. This is an easy one to fix. We'll fix the downloader. Let's actually commit all of this iOS nonsense we have. Music forms. Alright, and I didn't even do the agenda today. So we updated song cells, added custom iOS scrubber, and fixed seeking. Alright, just push that up for you guys. Let's see what's going on with this puppy. Something's working. Wait, it's finishing now. Why am I not getting that crash now? All right. File location. It is trying to go to temp music. So it's trying to copy it inside the temp. So it's trying to copy them from here to here. And the file path, I know it's being played. So it's the 5B3 one. That one is trying to be copied to TAS ending in SGE. Why won't it copy while playing? Very, very, very odd. Oops, not that. I want QStream. So when I open these, I don't do an exclusive rights, right? The file share allows other people to read and write it. This is the only open stream to this file. And I can just press, oh no, that's a temp, it's not a tree. Yeah, and that's the song, it's playing. Most curious. That's one I'm not sure I can fix today, because I have no idea what's causing something so odd. Let's see what happens if we don't play it. So once we open this, it should cause it to start downloading. It's not already cached. Oh, it's already in the queue stream though. It's not very dark gray. Okay, so if the file path is not equal, right, so we got file, good. If the file path is not equal to that location, we're going to copy it to the right location. It goes boom. It's back here. I wonder if there's something we can find on this. Solve this by a file exists? I shouldn't have to lock this thing. Because you try to read or from a separate stream. Uh, that shouldn't matter. I'm doing something different, very different. Hey, up. Oh, I actually probably have to go soon. Just looked at the time. I don't think it's with the new file, because the new file doesn't exist, right? Let's look at those paths really quick. So the new file, oh no, it tells you which one it is. The temp file. Well, what we can do is change this. So when this is done and it disposes those, oh, this is tricky. All right, let's look at where we kill this thing off. All right, so our download helper is a stream. Done, got that. It has a QStream. QStream is named streamed. It closes itself. So let's see when this is called. I can probably check if it's completed. And then when we go to dispose it, I think that would fix it, so then we don't copy it until we're done with it. Oh, that's interesting. So this is what we'll do. So we'll say if disposing, we'll say if state equals state.completed, we'll copy it then. I need to get that file path off first. That's what I was worried about. Was I? Right here. Okay, so let's do. Okay, this is a little interesting. It's not bad. It's probably a better. We're gonna. Actually, I like doing this a better way. Alright, I like what I just did. We'll do on here. This. So what we'll do is we'll do the old stuff as well. Changes, let's go into here and we're going to still do this. Okay, so that's at 341. The reason is I want to do this if I can. That way the ones that aren't being used are just going to copy and move along and be happy. So right here, nowhere's completed. All right. We're just going to ignore these ones for now. We'll take care of it. So now we'll say has copied equals true. We'll just debug that. That way we can see it. All right, perfect. The reason is if it's pre-buffering, it needs to copy things around. And so we want to do it, and then I also want it in that dispose. So if it blows up, man, that's such a weird exception we're working around here. Oh, what just, dang it. It's all right. We're gonna run this, it should work, and then I'm gonna go and do other stuff. Family time, dinner time. All right, let's try this one more go. One more. Last try. The old gMusic doesn't have this error, so it's really weird that it does on this one. I wonder what I changed in the downloader that caused this. Or playback or something. Because something's definitely holding on to it. Oh, wrong one. Did I get all my breakpoints in where I wanted them? I think I did. Should check that. Wait, I have a breakpoint. Where's the breakpoint? Okay, finished. Okay, it failed. So now okay, I don't know why that fired twice. But now if I click next, we should see the dispose. Okay, state is completed. As copied is false. So that stream is disposed. That copied fine. Wait a minute. The dispose deletes the temp file, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. What deletes this file? I don't know. Remember what deletes those? They get deleted because there's not like a million of them in here. I need to hunt that down. All right, that's good though. We fixed the crash. with the downloader now properly. So now if I press play, this song won't recache. So we've fixed the downloader. No! I did not fix the downloader. Oh, oh, oh. That was definitely wrong. Oh no, that's right. On that, that's right. It's the debug one, or dispose. Dispose. Ah ha ha. So it grabs the file name. That's what deletes it. So it disposes the file helper. As soon as this is done and fails, we'll press next because it'll be in a completed state. That last bit always takes a second. All right, so that failed. Why did it fail twice? Oh, why is that failing twice? How many times is this getting fired? I don't know why that would fire twice. Okay. It's being told to copy twice. All right, I'm fixing the wrong issue. So, all right, I need to hunt this down. Another day, guys. Another stream. I gotta go. But that's the issue, is something is firing this twice. So I need to undo everything I just did and see why it's firing twice and make sure this can only fire once. This process stream could be something with that. Oh well. Let's add that to the what level, where were we at? We were on was that so temp real download. All right, perfect. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna take off. I've got to run family stuff. Maybe there's someone we can raid. I'm gonna start my end thing and look and see. So hang out for a second, and I will raid someone if someone I know is on. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.